Welcome to The Explainer. If you're the kind of person who just loves to get under the hood and understand exactly how things work, and you appreciate focused, no-nonsense breakdowns of the heavy metal that actually builds our world, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we are unleashing the mechanical scraper. Look, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill piece of construction equipment. It is the undisputed king of high-speed earth moving. We're talking about a literal one-man army out there on the job site. Okay, let's dive right into this. Our source material frames the concept perfectly. Imagine a machine that shaves the earth like a giant carpenter's plane. I absolutely love that analogy. It sounds like a prop from a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But it's completely real. Just like a woodworker uses a plane to perfectly shave off these thin layers of wood, the mechanical scraper does the exact same thing to the ground. It literally eats the dirt and hauls it away at incredible speeds, completely transforming the landscape as it goes. And what we're looking at here brilliantly illustrates exactly why the scraper is such a big deal in the construction world. Traditionally, moving massive amounts of dirt, it takes a whole team. You've got dump trucks, you've got excavators, and they all have to work together. One machine has to stop, dig, pivot, and drop the dirt into the back of another machine that's literally just sitting there idling, waiting to be loaded. But the mechanical scraper, it is a complete solo act. It entirely eliminates that dependency. It handles the whole shebang by itself, totally removing the need for a secondary loading machine altogether. Now, what's really interesting about this is the mechanical logic making that solo act possible. It basically all comes down to one core innovation, a sharp cutting edge meeting an onboard bowl to scoop earth directly into its belly. So instead of reaching out with a separate bucket to dig into the earth, the scraper features this brilliantly designed sharp cutting edge located right there at the bottom of its own frame. As this massive machine simply drives forward, that sharp edge slices into the ground, seamlessly scooping the material right up into its belly in one continuous fluid motion. Think of it as a giant motorized peeler. Honestly, this gives us the perfect mental picture of what is happening under the chassis. Just as you would drag a peeler across a potato, curling the skin upward, the relentless forward motion of the scraper forces tons of earth upward and right into that onboard bowl. It uses its own immense driving momentum to pack away an unbelievable amount of dirt. It literally never has to stop moving to fill itself to the absolute brim. So here's the crazy part. What happens the moment that bowl is completely packed with tons of earth? It doesn't just awkwardly lumber away under all that weight. No way. It immediately turns into a high-speed hauling machine, racing across the job site to the dump area at speeds reaching 30 miles per hour. To put that into perspective, when you realize the sheer massive volume of material it's carrying, seeing it tear across rough terrain at 30 miles an hour is just a massive testament to heavy-duty engineering. Right, let's move to the unloading phase and see how it builds on that incredible efficiency. Look at a traditional dump truck. It has to come to a complete stop, raise its bed high up into the air, and just kind of awkwardly tip its load into a giant, uneven pile. The scraper works entirely differently. It uses a hydraulic ejector. This powerful mechanism is so cool, it acts like a moving wall inside the bowl, actively pushing the material out the back. And the absolute best part? It deposits the earth in a perfectly smooth, even layer while the machine is still driving forward. There's no stopping, no tipping, and zero massive piles left behind to clean up. So you might be wondering, why does all this raw power actually matter? Well, this type of brute force, high-efficiency technology is an absolute requirement for massive infrastructure projects. We're talking highways and dams. When you're building on that scale, you aren't just moving a couple piles of dirt in a backyard. You're tasked with moving impossibly huge volumes of earth over really long distances, and you've got to do it fast. The scraper is exactly the right tool for these massive environments because it guarantees high volume and high speed, completely bypassing the bottlenecks of traditional machinery. To summarize exactly why this machine is the ultimate example of efficiency in motion, it all comes down to a really seamless three-step process. Step 1, cutting the earth using that sharp bottom edge as it drives. Step 2, hauling tons of material across the site at up to 30 miles per hour. And Step 3, spreading it smoothly with the hydraulic ejector. It achieves cutting, hauling, and spreading all in one continuous go. You don't need a loader, a hauler, and a grader to do the bulk of the work. You just need this one incredible machine. So, having explored the raw power and honestly the ingenious mechanical logic of this one-man army, I want to leave you with a bit of a provocative question. If you had the keys to the construction site today, would you rather operate a highly technical precision grader, carefully finessing the final layers of earth, or would you want to be at the helm of this brute force scraper, tearing up the landscape and hauling tons of dirt at 30 miles per hour? Think about that the next time you drive past a massive highway project. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helped you grasp the fascinating world of earth moving. And as always, keep learning.